Oh, hey, all right. Hey, how you doing, folks? Been a little bit of a three hiatus. I was trying to work on some new content and some other cool stuff, and I'm going to be bringing it to you shortly. I've got a cool surprise. I'm hoping to be able to share it soon, but I have nothing at this moment. Real quickly, if you haven't marked your calendars, make sure you do that for this Wednesday. It'll be June 23rd, right? June 23rd. My guest for on the phone will be none other than DC. Green, who is also known as DC, the Brain Supreme from the group tag team that brought you Whoop. There it is. So I'm pretty excited about that. If you have questions about the stuff we're doing here, please let me know. I'm just wrapping up my third phone sales call reluctance class. And so I'm going to have another one starting soon. So if you or anybody else you know would like to find out how you can start overcoming procrastination, sales reluctance, and other things that are keeping you from reaching your goals as a business person or a person, shoot me a message. So anyway, so for today's 3 at 3, we're going to talk about finding your why. I had a great call in one of my classes, or a great question in one of my classes today. One of the women in there said, "Hey, been in sales a long time. I've done multi-level marketing, and people are always telling me, you got to have this why. You have to have this why that drives you, so that when things aren't going well, you can keep moving forward. And when people say no to you, you can keep moving forward. And when you don't sell what you're supposed to sell, you can keep moving forward." And she's like, "I've never actually really found that why, that one thing that, made me want to keep on moving forward." And so just want to talk a little bit about that today. Simon Sinek, in his book, Find Your Why, which was the follow-up to Start With Why, talks about where our why comes from. Says there's two things that are super important. Three things, actually. Let's say three things, that are super important in determining why. Number one, you have to realize that there's a formula. And he says, and he kind of draws like concentric circles, kind of like a bullseye. And then in the center is why, and right outside of that is how, and right outside of that is what. So you got to figure out the what, then the how, and then the why. So here's what he means. So let's talk about the what. Your children are a what? Making sure you have money in the bank on a consistent basis to do the things that you want to do. That's a what. Houses, cars, boats, jewelry, college, what? Okay. The why is very simple. It's something, number one, that's rooted in pain, right? So it's rooted in some sort of pain, and it's something that you can go ahead and control the outcome over. All right. So your children are not a what. However, making sure that your children have a home that they can grow up in and feel safe in for the rest of their lives is a why. A car is not a why, but meeting your needs of maybe significance and certainty, and having a great car that will help you feel confident, that's a why. Okay, so sending your kids to college so that they have an education that nobody can ever take away from them, so they can connect with great people and build a great life for themselves, that's a why. And the how is going to be whatever that vehicle is, being super successful as a salesperson, or building your business as an entrepreneur, or whatever it is, and doing the things you need to do on a day over day, week over week, month over month basis, right? So it's the what, the how, and the why. And then it's the what is what it is, the how is how you're going to get there, and then the why is why you're doing it. Okay. As far as being born out of pain, there's people who, let's just take a man or woman that's in a terrible, terrible relationship with somebody else, and they feel like they can't leave because they don't have the financial resources to take care of themselves. Right. So they feel like they're stuck in an unloving, marriage where they're not getting their needs met. So, their why may be, I'm going to go ahead and start a business and make a lot of money and do everything I can to get out of that situation. And then so I'm never, ever, ever in another situation like that again. Since she put it on Facebook, I think I can share it here. If not, I'll cut it out for her. But my friend Holly Kitchens, who's going to be my guest next week, for Father's Day, she posted this, and I was pretty struck by this. It says, "Hey, happy Father's Day, Dad. I know you won't see this as you haven't seen me in over 22 years. I just want to say thank you for not being there. Thank you for being a deadbeat, and thank you for showing me what a dad isn't." She said, "Mostly, though, thank you for making me realize you can't depend on anyone how to be independent." So, and then she said something nice about the other dads, but So what's Holly's why? Holly's why is that she's never going to have to depend on anybody else for the rest of her life, and she's not going to be in a situation that she can't get out of because she can't take care of herself and have the money and resources to do what she needs to do. Not that she doesn't love her husband, love her children, want to be in a great relationship. She just knows that she's going to be independent for the rest of her life. So all I'm saying to you is what are some pains that you've faced over the period of your life that you want to make sure you never, ever have to deal with again? Cliff Freeman talked about this when he joined us a couple of weeks ago. He said some of the most successful people in the world, their why is driven from the pain of never, ever, ever having to feel the way that, they felt again. You grew up, you had no food, or, people I know said, hey, listen, my parents had to make the decision between food and paying bills. That was a terrible feeling. I never want to go through that again. I was in a situation where I was beaten verbally, physically. Okay. Never, my why is to make sure that my children are loved and taken care of, and they never have to feel like they were going to be physically or emotionally abused by somebody. Pick something. Okay. It's there. There's enough pain in everybody's life from their childhood. And the pain could be something as simple as, hey, my parents were completely absent. They didn't do anything for me. So my why is to make sure that I am there for my children in every way, shape, or form, and I don't make enough money so I don't have to work so I can be there for them and show them love. Doesn't matter what it is. You just got to go find out that pain, because that pain is the linchpin. It is a launching point, is the fulcrum, if you will, to get the leverage that you want. And then the formula is pretty simple. I'm going past 3 minutes, but hopefully this doesn't matter. The other thing is that, and this is a formula that Simon Sinek has given us. He says, I'm going to contribute X so that I can impact Y, right? Your why is something that you can have an impact over, an outcome that you can have an impact over, something that you can actually influence, okay? So I'm going to contribute X so that I can impact Y, okay? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my fat ass out of bed every morning at 5 o'clock and then do my savers from Hal Elrod so that I can live long enough to be a great grandfather for my children, for my kids, and so I can see my kids get married, and so I can see my kids, go to college, graduate college, and do all the things, say that my dad didn't do. Okay, I have an impact over that. Right, I can control that. Right, I can contribute that. So doesn't matter what it is. Let's find out what the pain is. Let's find something that hurts like a son of a gun that we never want to have to deal with ourselves, that we never want somebody else to ever have to deal with. Okay, and then let's impact the outcome of that by saying, hey, I'm going to contribute X so that I can impact Y. All right. So if you've ever had trouble finding your why, those are the building blocks right there. If you're still stuck, hit me up in the area below here. You can always call me 214-334-1356, 214-334-1356. You can email me at wally@phonesalessecrets.com. Doesn't matter to me. Either way, I'm here to help you. If you don't know your why, let's find it together. This has been 3 at 3. We'll see you tomorrow.